Paganism. 96 languages. A marble statue of Jupiter, king of the Roman gods. Pagan redirects here. For other uses, see pagan, disambiguation. Paganism, from classical Latin gnus rural, rustic, later civilian, is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire who practiced polytheism, or ethnic religions other than Judaism. In the time of the Roman Empire, individuals fell into the pagan class either because they were increasingly rural and provincial relative to the Christian population, or because they were not milites Christi, soldiers of Christ. 2. 3. Alternative terms used in Christian texts were Hellen, Gentile, and heathen. 1. Ritual sacrifice was an integral part of ancient Greco-Roman religion, and was regarded as an indication of whether a person was pagan or Christian. 4. Paganism has broadly connoted the religion of the peasantry. 1. 5. During and after the Middle Ages, the term paganism was applied to any non-Christian religion, and the term presumed a belief in false gods. 6. 7. The origin of the application of the term pagan to polytheism is debated. 8. In the 19th century, paganism was adopted as a self-descriptor by members of various artistic groups inspired by the ancient world. In the 20th century, it came to be applied as a self-descriptor by practitioners of modern paganism, modern pagan movements and polytheistic reconstructionists. Modern pagan traditions often incorporate beliefs or practices, such as nature worship, that are different from those of the largest world religions. 9. 10. Problems donating. Other ways to give frequently asked questions. We never sell your information. By submitting, you are agreeing to our donor privacy policy. The Wikimedia Foundation is a non-profit, tax-exempt organization. If you make a recurring donation, you will be debited by the Wikimedia Foundation until you notify us to stop. We'll send you an email, which will include a link to easy cancellation instructions. I already donated. How often would you like to donate? One time give monthly. Please select an amount, USD. The average donation in the United States is around $13. $2.75, $15, $25, $50, $100, $250, $500 other. Please select a payment method. Bank transfer, ACH. Maybe later. 1. Suzo RCN. 2. 3. Continue. This is what we are up against. December the 7th. An important update for readers in the United States. You deserve an explanation, so please don't skip this 1-minute read. It's Saturday, December the 7th. Our fundraiser will soon be over, but we're short of our goal. If you've lost count of how many times you've visited Wikipedia this year, we hope that means it's given you at least $2.75 of knowledge. If everyone who NDS Wikipedia useful gave $2.75, we'd hit our goal in a few hours. The internet we were promised, a place of free, collaborative, and accessible knowledge, is under constant threat. Wikipedia's volunteers create and verify the pages you rely on, supported by tools that undo vandalism within minutes, ensuring the information you seek is trustworthy. Just 2% of our readers donate, so if you have given in the past and Wikipedia still provides you with $2.75 worth of knowledge. Donate today. If you are undecided, remember any contribution helps. Thank you. Proud host of Wikipedia and its sister sites. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Download a browser extension to get new features and help us improve. Wikipedia. No thanks. Go to download. This anonymous survey is conducted by the Wikimedia Foundation. Read more or check the privacy statement to stop quick surveys from appearing. Change your preferences. Reconstruction of the Parthenon, on the Acropolis of Athens, Greece. Contemporary knowledge of old pagan religions and beliefs comes from several sources, including anthropological field research records, the evidence of archaeological artifacts, and the historical accounts of ancient writers regarding cultures known to classical antiquity. Most modern pagan religions existing today express a worldview that is pantheistic, panentheistic, polytheistic, or animistic, but some are monotheistic. 11, 12, 13. Nomenclature and etymology, edit. Pagan, edit. Further information, Pagus. It is crucial to stress right from the start that until the 20th century, people did not call themselves pagans to describe the religion they practiced. The notion of paganism, as it is generally understood today, was created by the early Christian Church. It was a label that Christians applied to others, one of the antitheses that were central to the process of Christian self-definition. As such, throughout history, it was generally used in a derogatory sense. Owen Davies, Paganism, A Very Short Introduction, 2011, 8. The term pagan derives from late Latin paganus, revived during the Renaissance, itself deriving from classical Latin pagus, which originally meant region delimited by markers. Paganus had also come to mean of or relating to the countryside, country, dweller, villager, by extension, rustic, unlearned, yokel, bumpkin, in Roman military jargon, non-combatant, civilian, unskilled soldier. It is related to pangur, to fasten, to fix or affix, and ultimately comes from Proto-Indo-European *pag, to fix in the same sense. 14. The adoption of paganus by the Latin Christians as an all-embracing pejorative term for polytheists represents an unforeseen and singularly long-lasting victory, within a religious group, of a word of Latin slang originally devoid of religious meaning. The evolution occurred only in the Latin West, and in connection with the Latin Church. Elsewhere, Hellen or Gentile, ethnikos, remained the word for pagan, and paganos continued as a purely secular term, with overtones of the inferior and the commonplace. Peter Brown, Late Antiquity, 1999, 15. Medieval writers often assumed that paganus as a religious term was a result of the conversion patterns during the Christianization of Europe, where people in towns and cities were converted more easily than those in remote regions, where old ways tended to remain. However, this idea has multiple problems. First, the word's usage as a reference to non-Christians predates that period in history. Second, paganism within the Roman Empire centered on cities. The concept of an urban Christianity as opposed to a rural paganism would not have occurred to Romans during early Christianity. Third, Unlike words such as rusticitas, paganus had not yet fully acquired the meanings of uncultured backwardness, used to explain why it would have been applied to pagans. 16. Paganus more likely acquired its meaning in Christian nomenclature via Roman military jargon, see above. Early Christians adopted military motifs and saw themselves as milites Christi, soldiers of Christ. 14, 16, a good example of Christians still using paganus in a military context rather than a religious one is in Tertullian's De Corona Militis 11.v, where the Christian is referred to as paganus, civilian. 16. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Meeting between Thyrsus YSE and Pietas Communita. Gentile. Apud hunc, Christiam, tam miles ist paganus. Fidelis quam paganus ist miles fidelis. 17. With him, Christ, the faithful citizen is a soldier, just as the faithful soldier is a citizen. 18. Paganus acquired its religious connotations by the mid-40th century. 16. As early as the 5th century, paganos was metaphorically used to denote persons outside the bounds of the Christian community. Following the sack of Rome by the Visigoths just over 15 years after the Christian persecution of paganism under Theodosius I, 19, murmurs began to spread that the old gods had taken greater care of the city than the Christian God. In response, Augustine of Hippo wrote, De civitate Dea contra paganos, the city of God against the pagans. In it, he contrasted the fallen city of man with the city of God, of which all Christians were ultimately citizens. Hence, the foreign invaders were not of the city or rural. 20, 21, 22. The term pagan was not attested in the English language until the 17th century. 23. In addition to infidel and heretic, it was used as one of several pejorative Christian counterparts to goy, / as used in Judaism, and to kafir, unbeliever, and mushrik, idolater, as in Islam. 24. Hellen, edit. Further information, Hellenes, religion. In the Latin-speaking Western Roman Empire of the newly Christianizing Roman Empire, Koine Greek became associated with the traditional polytheistic religion of ancient Greece and was regarded as a foreign language, lingua peregrina, in the West. 25. By the latter half of the 4th century in the Greek-speaking Eastern Empire, pagans were, paradoxically, most commonly called Hellenes, lit. Greeks. The word had almost entirely ceased being used in a cultural sense. 26, 27, it retained that meaning for roughly the first millennium of Christianity. This was influenced by Christianity's early members, who were Jewish. The Jews of the time distinguished themselves from foreigners according to religion rather than ethno-cultural standards, and early Jewish Christians would have done the same. Since Hellenic culture was the dominant pagan culture in the Roman East, they referred to pagans as Hellenes. Christianity inherited Jewish terminology for non-Jews and adapted it to refer to non-Christians with whom they were in contact. This usage is recorded in the New Testament. In the Pauline epistles, Hellen is almost always juxtaposed with Hebrew regardless of actual ethnicity. 27. The usage of Hellen as a religious term was initially part of an exclusively Christian nomenclature, but some pagans began to defiantly call themselves Hellenes. Other pagans even preferred the narrow meaning of the word from a broad cultural sphere to a more specific religious grouping. However, there were many Christians and pagans alike who strongly objected to the evolution of the terminology. The influential Archbishop of Constantinople Gregory of Nazianzus, for example, took offense at imperial efforts to suppress Hellenic culture, especially concerning spoken and written Greek, and he openly criticized the emperor. 26. The growing religious stigmatization of Hellenism had a chilling effect on Hellenic culture by the late 4th century. 26. By late antiquity, however, it was possible to speak Greek as a primary language while not conceiving of oneself as a Hellen. 28. The long-established use of Greek both in and around the Eastern Roman Empire as a lingua franca ironically allowed it to instead become central in enabling the spread of Christianity, as indicated for example, by the use of Greek for the epistles of Paul. 29. In the first half of the 5th century, Greek was the standard language in which bishops communicated. 30. And the Acta Conciliarum, acts of the church councils, were recorded originally in Greek and then translated into other languages. 31. Heathen, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Heathen comes from Old English, hen, not Christian or Jewish, compare Old Norse hetin. This meaning for the term originated from Gothic heino, Gentile woman, being used to translate Helen. 32. In Wulfila's Bible, the first translation of the Bible into a Germanic language. This may have been influenced by the Greek and Latin terminology of the time used for pagans. If so, it may be derived from Gothic hei, dwelling on the heath. However, this is not attested. It may even be a borrowing of Greek, ethnos, via Armenian hethenos. 33. The term has recently been revived in the forms heathenry and heathenism, often but not always capitalized, as alternative names for the modern Germanic pagan movement, adherents of which may self-identify as heathens. Citation needed. Definition, edit. It is perhaps misleading even to say that there was such a religion as paganism at the beginning of the Common Era. It might be less confusing to say that the pagans, before their competition with Christianity, had no religion at all in the sense in which that word is normally used today. They had no tradition of discourse about ritual or religious matters, apart from philosophical debate or antiquarian treatise, no organized system of beliefs to which they were asked to commit themselves, no authority structure peculiar to the religious area, above all no commitment to a particular group of people or set of ideas other than their family and political context. If this is the right view of pagan life, it follows that we should look on paganism quite simply as a religion invented in the course of the 2nd to 3rd centuries AD, in competition and interaction with Christians, Jews and others. J. A. North 1992, 18788, 34. Defining paganism is very complex and problematic. Understanding the context of its associated terminology is important. 35. Early Christians referred to the diverse array of cults around them as a single group for reasons of convenience and rhetoric. 36. While paganism generally implies polytheism, the primary distinction between classical pagans and Christians was not one of monotheism versus polytheism, as not all pagans were strictly polytheist. Throughout history, many of them believed in a supreme deity. However, most such pagans believed in a class of subordinate gods / daemons, see henotheism, or divine emanations. 13. To Christians, the most important distinction was whether or not someone worshipped the one true God. Those who did not, polytheist, monotheist, or atheist, were outsiders to the church and thus considered pagan. 37. Similarly, classical pagans would have found it peculiar to distinguish groups by the number of deities followers venerate. They would have considered the priestly colleges, such as the College of Pontiffs or Epulones, and cult practices more meaningful distinctions. 38. Referring to paganism as a pre-Christian indigenous religion is equally untenable. Not all historical pagan traditions were pre-Christian or indigenous to their places of worship. 35. Owing to the history of its nomenclature, paganism traditionally encompasses the collective pre- and non-Christian cultures in and around the classical world, including those of the Greco-Roman, Celtic, Germanic, and Slavic tribes. 39. However, modern parlance of folklorists and contemporary pagans in particular has extended the original 4 millennia scope used by early Christians to include similar religious traditions stretching far into prehistory. 40. Perception, edit. Paganism came to be equated by Christians with a sense of hedonism, representing those who are sensual, materialistic, self-indulgent, unconcerned with the future, and uninterested in more mainstream religions. Pagans were usually described in terms of this worldly stereotype, especially among those drawing attention to what they perceived as the limitations of paganism. 41. Thus G. K. Chesterton wrote, "The pagan set out, with admirable sense, to enjoy himself. By the end of his civilization he had discovered that a man cannot enjoy himself and continue to enjoy anything else." 42. In sharp contrast, explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Depiction from 1887 showing 2 Roman women offering a sacrifice to the goddess Vesta. Swinburne the poet would comment on this same theme, "Thou hast conquered, O pale Galilean, the world has grown grey. From thy breath, we have drunken of things Lethean, and fed on the fullness of death." 43. Ethnocentrism, edit. Recently, the ethnocentric and moral absolutist origins of the common usage of the term pagan have been proposed. 44, 45. With scholar David Petz noting how, with particular reference to Christianity, local religions are defined in opposition to privileged world religions, they become everything that world religions are not, rather than being explored as a subject in their own right. 46. In addition, Petz notes how various spiritual, religious, and metaphysical ideas branded as pagan from diverse cultures were studied in opposition to Abrahamism in early anthropology, a binary he links to ethnocentrism and colonialism. 47. History, edit. Prehistoric, edit. Prehistoric religion. Paleolithic religion. Bronze Age to Early Iron Age, edit. Religions of the Ancient Near East. Ancient Egyptian religion. Ancient Semitic religion. Ancient Iranian religion. Ancient Mesopotamian religion. Ancient history, edit. Classical antiquity, edit. Main articles: Ancient Greek religion, Ancient Roman religion, Hellenistic religion, and Roman imperial cult. Ludwig Feuerbach defined the paganism of classical antiquity, which he termed Heidentum, heathenry, as the unity of religion and politics, of spirit and nature, of God and man. 48, qualified by the observation that man in the pagan view is always defined by ethnicity, i.e., as a result, every pagan tradition is also a national tradition. Modern historians define paganism instead as the aggregate of cult acts, set within a civic rather than a national context, without a written creed or sense of orthodoxy. 49. Late Antiquity and Christianization, edit. Further information, decline of Greco-Roman polytheism and Hellenic philosophy. And Christianity. The developments in the religious thought of the far-flung Roman Empire during late antiquity need to be addressed separately, because this is the context in which early Christianity itself developed as one of several monotheistic cults, and it was in this period that the concept of pagan developed in the first place. As Christianity emerged from Second Temple Judaism and Hellenistic Judaism, it stood in competition with other religions advocating pagan monotheism, including the cults of Dionysius, 50, Neoplatonism, Mithraism, Gnosticism, and Manichaeanism. Citation needed. Dionysius in particular exhibits significant parallels with Christ, so that numerous scholars have concluded that the recasting of Jesus the wandering rabbi into the image of Christ the Logos, the divine Savior, reflects the cult of Dionysius directly. They point to the symbolism of wine and the importance it held in the mythology surrounding both. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Men of Theth, Shaler, practicing. The Gjame the Albanian. Lamentation of the Dead in 1937. The earliest figurative representations of this practice in traditional Albanian inhabited regions appear on Dardanian funerary stelae of classical antiquity. 56. Dionysius and Jesus Christ, 51, 52. Wick argues that the use of wine symbolism in the Gospel of John, including the story of the marriage at Cana at which Jesus turns water into wine, was intended to show Jesus as superior to Dionysius. 53. The scene in the Bacchae wherein Dionysius appears before King Pentheus on charges of claiming divinity is compared to the New Testament scene of Jesus being interrogated by Pontius Pilate. 53, 54, 55. Proto-Albanian speakers were Christianized under the Latin sphere of influence, specifically in the 4th century CE, as shown by the basic Christian terms in Albanian, which are of Latin origin and entered Proto-Albanian before the Gegtosk dialectal diversification. 57, 58. Regardless of the Christianization, ancient paganism persisted among Albanians, and especially within the inaccessible and deep interior. 59, where Albanian folklore evolved over the centuries in a relatively isolated tribal culture and society. 60, it has continued to persist, or at most it was partially transformed by the Christian, and later Muslim and Marxist beliefs, that were either to be introduced by choice or imposed by force. 61. The Albanian traditional customary law, canon, has held a sacred although secular long-standing, unwavering and unchallenged authority with a cross-religious effectiveness over the Albanians, which is attributed to an earlier pagan code common to all the Albanian tribes. 62. Historically, the Christian clergy has vigorously fought, but without success, the pagan rituals practiced by Albanians for traditional feasts and particular events, especially the fire rituals. Zjarai. 63, 64. Post-classical history, edit. Pagan continuity in Mani and Mistra, 800–1100. Christianity was introduced late in Mani, with the first Greek temples converted into churches during the 11th century. Byzantine monk Nikon the Metanoite was sent in the 10th century to convert the predominantly pagan Maniates. Although his preaching began the conversion process, it took over 200 years for the majority to accept Christianity fully by the 11th and 12th centuries. Patrick Lee Fermor noted that the Maniates, isolated by mountains, were among the last Greeks to abandon the old religion, doing so towards the end of the 9th century. Sealed off from outside influences by their mountains, the semi-troglodytic Maniates themselves were the last of the Greeks to be converted. They only abandoned the old religion of Greece towards the end of the 9th century. It is surprising to remember that this peninsula of rock, so near the heart of the Levant from which Christianity springs, should have been baptized 3 whole centuries after the arrival of Saint Augustine in faraway Kent. 65. According to Constantine 7 Inda Administrando Imperio, the Maniates were referred to as Hellenes and only fully Christianized in the 9th century, despite some church ruins from the 4th century indicating early Christian presence. The region's mountainous terrain allowed the Maniates to evade the Eastern Roman Empire's Christianization efforts, thus preserving pagan traditions, which coincided with significant years in the life of Gemistus Plethan. Another safe area for the pagans was the city of Haran, which, despite the persecution of its pagan inhabitants by Byzantine Emperor Maurice, remained a largely pagan city well into the early Islamic period. When the city was besieged by the armies of the Rashidun Caliphate in 639–640, it was the pagan community that negotiated its peaceful surrender. Under the subsequent rule of the caliphates, Haran became a major settlement within the Daya Muda region and retained a significant degree of autonomy. During the first fitna, the people of Haran sided with Muawiyah I over Ali at the Battle of Siffin in 657, which allegedly resulted in a brutal retaliation by Ali, who massacred much of the population. 66. Under the Umayyad Caliphate, 661–750, Haran prospered and was selected as the capital by the last Umayyad Caliph, Marwan II, from 744 to 750. This move may have been influenced by the city's pagan sympathies and its strategic position near the empire's eastern provinces. 67. The city's prominence under Umayyad rule saw it grow as a cultural and scholarly. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Celebration of the 2777th Natal di Roma at the Circus Maximus Center, with the establishment of the first Muslim university in 717 under Umar II, attracting scholars from across the Islamic world. 68. Although Haran lost its capital status under the Abbasid Caliphate, it continued to flourish, particularly during the reign of Harun al-Rashid, 786–809, when its university became a key center for translation and intellectual activity. 69. The local religion, blending elements of Mesopotamian paganism and Neoplatonism, persisted into the 10th century, though periodic decrees enforced conversions to Islam, especially under al-Ma'mun in 830. 70. Nonetheless, Haran retained its heterogeneity, with a population that included Muslims, Christians, Jews, and a variety of other religious groups. The medieval church accused sects deemed heretical such as the Waldensians and Cathars of participating in pagan fertility rites. 71. Islam in Arabia, edit. See also, religion in pre-Islamic Arabia. Arab paganism gradually disappeared during Muhammad's era through Islamization. 72, 73, the sacred months of the Arab pagans were the 1st, 7th, 11th, and 12th months of the Islamic calendar. 74, after Muhammad had conquered Mecca he set out to convert the pagans. 75, 76, 77, one of the last military campaigns that Muhammad ordered against the Arab pagans was the demolition of Dul Khalasa. It occurred in April and May 632 AD, in 10R of the Islamic calendar. Dul Khalasa is referred to as both an idol and a temple, and it was known by some as the Kaaba of Yemen, built and worshipped by polytheist tribes. 78, 79, 80. Modern History, edit. Early Modern Renaissance, edit. Interest in reviving ancient Roman religious traditions can be traced to the Renaissance, with figures such as Gemiscus Plevo and Julius Pomponius Letus advocating for a revival. 81, when Renaissance magic was practiced as a revival of Greco-Roman magic. Gemiscus Plethon, who was from Mistras, near the Mani Peninsula, where paganism had endured until the 12th century, encouraged the Medsi, descendants of the Maniolatriani dynasty, to found the Neoplatonic Academy in Florence, helping to spark the Renaissance. In addition, Julius Pomponius Letus, student of Plevo, established the Roman Academy, which secretly celebrated the Natal di Roma, a festival linked to the foundation of Rome, and the birthday of Romulus. 82, 83, the Academy was dissolved in 1468 when Pope Paul II ordered the arrest and execution of some of the members. Pope Sixtus IV allowed Letus to open the Academy again until the sack of Rome of the 1527. After the French Revolution, the French lawyer Gabriel-André Aucla, mid-1700s 1815, adopted the name Quintus Nautius and sought to revive paganism, styling himself as its leader. He designed religious clothing and performed pagan rites at his home. In 1799, he published La Thresie, presenting his religious views. His teachings were later analyzed by Gerard de Nerval in Les Illumines, 1852. 84. Admiring ancient Greece and ancient Rome, Aucla supported the French Revolution and saw it as a path to restoring an ancient republic. 85. He took the name Quintus Nautius, claimed Roman priestly lineage, and performed Orphic rites at his home. 86. His followers were mainly his household. 84. In 1799, he published La Thresie, advocating a revival of paganism in France, condemning Christianity, and promoting universal animation. 87. In the 17th century, the description of paganism turned from a theological aspect to an ethnological one, and religions began to be understood as part of the ethnic identities of peoples, and the study of the religions of so-called primitive peoples triggered questions as to the ultimate historical origin of religion. Jean Bodin viewed pagan mythology as a explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF distorted version of Christian truths. 88. Nicolas Fabry de Peyresque saw the pagan religions of Africa of his day as relics that were in principle capable of shedding light on the historical paganism of classical antiquity. 89. Late Modern Romanticism, edit. The 19th century also saw much scholarly interest in the reconstruction of pagan mythology from folklore or fairy tales. This was notably attempted by the brothers Grimm, especially Jacob Grimm in his Teutonic mythology, and Elias Lonrot with the compilation of the Kalevala. The work of the brothers Grimm influenced other collectors, both inspiring them to collect tales and leading them to similarly believe that the fairy tales of a country were particularly representative of it, to the neglect of cross-cultural influence. Among those influenced were the Russian Alexander Afanasiev, the Norwegians Peter Christenus Bjørnson and Jørn Moe, and the Englishman Joseph Jacobs. 90. Romanticist interest in non-classical antiquity coincided with the rise of Romantic nationalism and the rise of the nation-state in the context of the 1848 revolutions, leading to the creation of national epics and national myths for the various newly formed states. Pagan or folkloric topics were also common in the musical nationalism of the period. Paganism resurfaces as a topic of fascination in 18th to 19th century Romanticism, in particular in the context of the literary Celtic, Slavic and Viking revivals, which portrayed historical Celtic, Slavic and Germanic polytheists as noble savages. Great God! I'd rather be a pagan suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn. Have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn. William Wordsworth, The World is Too Much with Us, lines 9-14. In Italy, with the fall of the Papal States, the process of Italian unification fostered anti-clerical sentiment among the intelligentsia. Intellectuals like archaeologist Giacomo Boni and writer Rogro Musmisi Ferrari Bravo promoted the restoration of Roman religious practices. 91, 92. In 1927, philosopher and esotericist Julius Evola founded the Gruppo di Io in Rome, along with its journal Io, 1927-1928, involving figures like Arturo Riini. In 1928, Evola published Imperialismo Pagano, advocating Italian political paganism to oppose the Lateran Pacts. The journal resumed in 1929 as Cra. A mysterious document published in Cra in 1929, attributed to Orientalist Leone Citani, suggested that Italy's World War I victory and the rise of fascism were influenced by Etruscan Roman rites. 93. Late 20th century, edit. The 1960s and 1970s saw a resurgence in Neo-Druidism as well as the rise of modern Germanic paganism in the United States and in Iceland. In the 1970s, Wicca was notably influenced by feminism, leading to the creation of an eclectic goddess-worshipping movement known as Dianic Wicca. 94. The 1979 publication of Margot Adler's drawing Down the Moon and Star-Orcs The Spiral Dance opened a new chapter in public awareness of paganism. 95. With the growth and spread of large, pagan gatherings and festivals in the 1980s, public varieties of Wicca continued to further diversify into additional, eclectic subdenominations, often heavily influenced by the New Age and counterculture movements. These open, unstructured or loosely structured traditions contrast with British traditional Wicca, which emphasizes secrecy and initiatory lineage. 96. The public appeal for pre-Christian Roman spirituality in the years following fascism was largely driven by Julius Evola. By the late 1960s, a renewed operational interest in pagan Roman traditions emerged from youth circles around Evola, particularly concerning the experience of the Gruppo di Io. 97. Evola's writings incorporated concepts from outside classical Roman religion, such as Buddhism, Hinduism, sexual magic, and private ritual nudity. This period saw the rise of the Gruppo di Dioscuri in cities like Rome, Naples, and Messina, which published a series of 4 booklets, including titles Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Summer Solstice Ritual held in collaboration by YSE and Pietas. Comunità Gentile, 2023. 2023 European Congress of the Ethnic Religions, ESSA, in Riga, such as L'Impetto della Vera Cultura and Rivoluzione Tradizionale Sovversione, before fading from public view. 98. The Evolian Journal Arthos, founded in Genoa in 1972 by Renato del Ponte, expressed significant interest in Roman religion. In 1984, the Gruppo Arx revived Messina's Dioscuri activities, and Riini's Pythagorean Association briefly resurfaced in Calabria and Sicily from 1984 to 1988, publishing Iat. Other publications include the Genos il Basilisco, 1979-1989, which released several works on pagan studies, and Politica Romana, 1994-2004, seen as a high-level Romano-pagan journal. One prominent figure was actor Roberto Corbiletto, who died in a mysterious fire in 1999. The 1980s and 1990s also saw an increasing interest in serious academic research and reconstructionist pagan traditions. The establishment and growth of the Internet in the 1990s brought rapid growth to these, and other pagan movements. 96. By the time of the collapse of the former Soviet Union in 1991, freedom of religion was legally established across Russia and a number of other newly independent states, allowing for the growth in both Christian and non-Christian religions. 99. Modern Paganism, edit. Main article, Modern Paganism. 21st Century, edit. In the 2000s, Associazione Tradizionale Pietas began reconstructing temples across Italy and sought legal recognition from the state, drawing inspiration from similar groups like YSE in Greece. In 2023, Pietas participated in the ESSA meeting, resulting in the signing of the Riga Declaration, which calls for the recognition of European ethnic religions. 100. Public rituals, such as those celebrating the ancient festival of the Natal di Roma, have also resumed in recent years. 101, 102, 103. The idea of practicing Roman religion in the modern era has spread beyond Italy, with practitioners found in countries across Europe and the Americas. The most prominent international organization is Nova Roma, founded in 1998, with active groups worldwide. 104. Modern paganism, or neopaganism, includes reconstructed practice such as Roman polytheistic reconstructionism, Hellenism, Slavic native faith, Celtic reconstructionist paganism, or heathenry, as well as modern eclectic traditions such as Wicca and its many offshoots, Neo-Druidism, and Discordianism. However, there often exists a distinction or separation between some polytheistic reconstructionists such as Hellenism and revivalist neopagans like Wiccans. The divide is over numerous issues such as the importance of accurate orthopraxy according to ancient sources available, the use and concept of magic, which calendar to use and which holidays to observe, as well as the use of the term pagan itself. 105, 106, 107. In 1717 John Toland became the first chosen chief of the ancient Druid order, which became known as the British Circle of the Universal Bond. 108. Many of the revivals, Wicca and Neo-Druidism in particular, have their roots in 19th-century Romanticism and retain noticeable elements of occultism or theosophy that were current then, setting them apart from historical rural, paganous, folk religion. Most modern pagans, however, believe in the divine character of the natural world, and paganism is often described as an earth religion. 109. There are a number of neopagan authors who have examined the relation of the 20th century movements of polytheistic revival with historical polytheism on one hand and contemporary traditions of folk religion on the other. Isaac Bonewitz. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Some megaliths are believed to have religious significance. Children standing with the Lady of Cornwall in a neopagan ceremony in England. Neopagan hand fasting ceremony at Avebury, Beltane. 2005. The Hammamgeneer is one of the primary symbols of Germanic neopaganism. Introduced a terminology to make this distinction. 110. Neopaganism. The overarching contemporary pagan revival movement which focuses on nature, revering /living, pre-Christian religions and / or other nature-based spiritual paths, and frequently incorporating contemporary liberal values, citation needed. This definition may include groups such as Wicca, Neo-Druidism, heathenry, and Slavic native faith. Paleopaganism. A retronym coined to contrast with neopaganism, original polytheistic, nature-centered faiths, such as the pre-Hellenistic Greek and pre-imperial Roman religion. Pre-migration period Germanic paganism as described by Tacitus, or Celtic polytheism as described by Julius Caesar. Mesopaganism. A group, which is, or has been, significantly influenced by monotheistic, dualistic, or non-theistic worldviews, but has been able to maintain an independence of religious practices. This group includes Aboriginal Americans as well as Aboriginal Australians, Viking Age Norse paganism and New Age spirituality. Influences include spiritualism, and the many Afro-diasporic faiths like Haitian Vodou, Santeria and Espiritu religion. Isaac Bonewitz includes British traditional Wicca in this subdivision. Prudence Jones and Nigel Pennick in their A History of Pagan Europe, 1995, classify pagan religions as characterized by the following traits. Polytheism. Pagan religions recognize a plurality of divine beings, which may or may not be considered aspects of an underlying unity, the soft and hard polytheism. Distinction. Nature-based. Some pagan religions have a concept of the divinity of nature, which they view as a manifestation of the divine, not as the fallen creation found in dualistic cosmology. Sacred feminine. some pagan religions recognize the female divine principle, identified as the goddess, as opposed to individual goddesses, beside or in place of the male divine principle as expressed in the Abrahamic God. 111. In modern times, heathen and heathenry are increasingly used to refer to those branches of modern paganism inspired by the pre-Christian religions of the Germanic, Scandinavian and Anglo-Saxon peoples. 112. In Iceland, the members of Sutraflage account for nearly 2% of the total population, 113, therefore being nearly 6,000 people. In Lithuania, many people practice Romuva, a revived version of the pre-Christian religion of that country. Lithuania was among the last areas of Europe to be Christianized. Heathenry has been established on a formal basis in Australia since at least the 1930s. 114. Ethnic Religions of Pre-Christian Europe, edit. Further information, Christianization. Proto-Indo-European mythology. Albanian paganism. Baltic mythology. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. The Tursaran symbol, part of the Finnish neopaganism. Basque mythology. Celtic polytheism. Etruscan mythology. Finnic mythologies. Germanic paganism. Ancient Greek religion. Minoan religion. Mari religion. Norse mythology. Religion in ancient Rome. Sami shamanism. Slavic paganism. Thracian religion. Reconstructionist groups, edit. Hellenism. Wathanism. Asatru. Zigguratism. Chemeticism. Rodnovery. Oratianism. Romuva. Celtic Reconstructionist. Suomenusco. See also, edit. Animism. Crypto-paganism. Daoism. Dermic religions. East Asian religions. Eleusinian mysteries. Henotheism. Jungian psychology. Chemetism. List of pagans. List of modern pagan movements. List of modern pagan temples. List of religions and spiritual traditions. Myth and ritual. Naturalistic pantheism. Nature worship. Panentheism. Polytheism. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Secular paganism. Sentientism. Totemism. Virtuous pagan. Worship of heavenly bodies. Notes, edit. 1 ABC Peter Brown, 1999. Pagan. In Glen Warren Bowersock, Peter Brown, Oleg Grabar, eds. Late Antiquity, A Guide to the Post-Classical World. Harvard University Press. pp. 625-26. ISBN 978-0-674-51173-6. 2 J. J. O'Donnell, 1977, Paganus, Evolution and Use archived 29 March, 2019 at the Wayback Machine, Classical Folia, 31. 16369. 3 Augustine, Divers. Quarist. 83. 4 A. B. Jones, Christopher P. 2014. Between Pagan and Christian. Cambridge, Massachusetts, Harvard University Press. ISBN 978-0-674-72520-1. 5 Owen Davies, 2011. Paganism, A Very Short Introduction. Oxford University Press. pp. 1-2. ISBN 978-0-19-162001-0. 6 Karina 8 Murto, 2016. Paganism, Traditionalism, Nationalism, Narratives of Russian Rodnovry. Routledge. pp. 12-15. ISBN 978-1-317-08443-3. 7 Owen Davies, 2011. Paganism, A Very Short Introduction. Oxford University Press. pp. 16-7083. ISBN 978-0-19-162001. 0. 8 A. B. Davies, Owen, 2011. Paganism, A Very Short Introduction. New York, Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-01916200010. 9 Paganism, Oxford Dictionary, 2014. 10 Paganism archived 25 June, 2018 at the Wayback Machine, The Encyclopedia of Religion and Nature, Bryn Taylor, 2010. Oxford University Press, ISBN 978-0199754670. 11 Lewis, James R. 2004. The Oxford Handbook of New Religious Movements. Oxford University Press. p. 13. ISBN 0-19. 514986-6. 12 Haynegrath, Wouter J. 1006. New Age Religion and Western Culture, Esotericism in the Mirror of Secular Thought. Brill. Academic Publishers. p. 84. ISBN 90-04-10696-0. 13 A. B. Cameron 2011, pp. 28, 30. 14 A. B. Harper, Douglas. Pagan, N. The Online Etymology Dictionary. Retrieved 18 July 2013. 15 Peter Brown, in Glen Warren Bowersock, Peter Robert Lamont Brown, Oleg Grabar, eds, Late Antiquity, A Guide to the Post-Classical World, 1999, SV. Pagan. 16 ABC Cameron 2011, pp. 14-15. 17 De Corona Militis 11.v. 18 Antinison Fathers 3, De Corona 11. 19 Theodosius I, The Catholic Encyclopedia, 1912. 20 The City of God. Britannica Ultimate Reference Suite DVD, 2003. 21 Orosius Histories 1. Prul. Ui alienia civitate dia pagani vocanta. 22 C. Moerman, Vigilii Christiani 6, 1952, 9 ff. Oxford English Dictionary, online, 2nd edition, 1989, archived 25 June 2006 at the Wayback Machine. 23 The OED Instances Edward Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, Volume 2, Chapter XXI, Persecution of Heresy, State of the Church. Part 7, 1776 The divisions of Christianity suspended the ruin of paganism. 24 carat Eisenstadt, SN. 1983. Transcendental Visions, Otherworldliness and its Transformations, some more comments on L. Dumont. Religion 13 117, at p3. 25 carat Augustine, Confessions 1.14.23, Motii, Translation, Migration, and Communication, p 112. 26 carat ABC Cameron, Alan G. Long, Jacqueline, Sherry, Lee, 1993. 2. Synesius of Cyrene, 6. The Dion. Barbarians and Politics at the Court of Arcadius. University of California Press. pp. 66-67. ISBN 978-0520065505. 27 carat AB Cameron 2011, pp. 16-17. 28 carat Simon Swain, Defending Hellenism, Philostratus, in honor of Apollonius, in Apologetics, p. 173. 29 carat Tread Gold, A History of the Byzantine State, p. 5. 30 carat Miller, A Greek-Roman Empire, pp. 97-98. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 31 carat Miller, A Greek-Roman Empire, p. 98. 32 carat Compare. Mark 7:26. 33 carat Harper, Douglas. Heathen, N. The Online Etymology Dictionary. Retrieved the 18th of July, 2013. 34 carat Cameron 2011, pp. 26-27. 35 carat A.B. Davies 2011, Defining Paganism. 36 carat Cameron 2011, p. 26. 37 carat Cameron 2011, pp. 27, 31. 38 carat Cameron 2011, p. 29. 39 carat Cameron 2011, p. 28. 40 carat Davies 2011, Chapter 1, The Ancient World. 41 carat Antonio Virgili, Culti Mysterici ed Orientalia Pompeii, Roma, Ganjmi, 2008. 42 carat Heretics, G. K. Chesterton, 2007, Hendrickson Publishers Incorporated, p. 88. 43 carat Hymn to Proserpine. 44 carat Haney Grafe, Wouter, 2016. Reconstructing Religion from the Bottom Up. Newman. 63, 5/6-5766605. Do. 10.1563/15685276123414439. HDL 11245.1/8b66d945e6c4c56995ECDBF822201E46. JSTA 445053110. S2 SID 171686966. 45 carat Blumberg, Antonia, the 27th of May 2016. What not to say when you meet someone who is pagan. Huffington Post. Retrieved the 23rd of March 2021. 46 carat Pets, David, the 26th of May 2011. Pagan and Christian, Religious Change in Early Medieval Europe. London, Bristol Classical Press. p. 31. ISBN 978-0-7156-3754-8. 47 Corbage, Melanie. Corbage on Pets, Pagan and Christian, Religious Change in Early Medieval Europe. Humanities and Social Sciences Online. H. German. Retrieved 23 March, 2021. 48 Compare the civil, natural and mythical theologies of Marcus Terentius Varro. 49 A summary of the modern view is given in Robin Lane Fox, Pagans and Christians 1989, pp. 31 ff. The modern emphasis on paganism's cult acts was also acknowledged by pagans themselves. It shaped the way they tried and tested Christians. 50 E. Kessler, Dionysian monotheism in Nea Paphos, Cyprus. Two monotheistic religions, Dionysian and Christian, existed contemporaneously in Nea Paphos during the 4th century CE. The particular iconography of Hermes and Dionysos in the panel of the Epiphany of Dionysos represents the culmination of a pagan iconographic tradition in which an infant divinity is seated on the lap of another divine figure. This pagan motif was appropriated by early Christian artists and developed into the standardized icon of the Virgin and Child. Thus the mosaic helps to substantiate the existence of pagan monotheism. 1. 51 Pausanias, description of Greece 6. 26 1-2. 52 Athenaeus, Dipnosophista 2. 34. 53 AB Wick, Peter, 2004. Jesus Gigen Dionysos. Ein Beitrag zur Kontextualisierung des Johannesevangeliums. Biblica. 85. 2. Rome, Pontifical Biblical Institute, 17998. Retrieved 10 October, 2007. 54 Studies in Early Christology, by Martin Hengel, 2005, p. 331, ISBN 0567042804. 55 Powell, Barry B., Classical Myth 2nd ed. With new translations of ancient texts by Herbert M. Howe. Upper Saddle River. N.J., Prentice Hall, Inc., 1998. 56 Joseph and Dudvukaj 2024, pp. 1-3. 57 Malcolm 1998, pp. 36-38. 58 Fisher and Schmidt 2022, p. 16. 59 Norris 1993, p. 34. 60 Elsie 2001, pp. 7-8. 61 Norris 1993, p. 34, Kafleshi 2011, pp. 43-71, Hikoli and Krasnichi 2020, p. 78. 62 Tarifa 2008, p. 11. 63 Turta 2004, p. 250. 64 Kafleshi 2011, p. 49. 65 Lee Fermor, Patrick, 1958. Mani, Travels in the Southern Peloponnese. John Murray. p. 46. 66 Pingree 2002, p. 17. 67 Bosworth 2003, pp. 13-14. 68 Fru 1999. 69 Osdenizit AL 1998, p. 478. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 70 Pingree 2002, p23. 71 Burn, JP. 2017. The World of Renaissance Italy, A Daily Life Encyclopedia, 2 volumes. ABCCLIO. p. 626. ISBN 978-1. 4408-2960-4. Retrieved 14 May 2023. 72 Mubarak Puri, Cipher Rahman al. 2005, The Sealed Nectar, Biography of the Noble Prophet, Dar es Salaam Publications. pp. 24546, ISBN 978-9960-899-55-8. 73 Muhammad Sad Abdul Rahman, Tafsir ibn Kathir Juz 2, Part 2 Al-Baqarah 142 to Al-Baqarah 252 2nd edition archived. 2 January, 2023 at the Wayback Machine, p. 139, MSA Publication Limited, 2009, ISBN 1861796765. Online. 74 Mubarak Puri, The Sealed Nectar, free version, permanent dead link, p. 129. 75 Sadi, Ibn, 1967. Kitab al-Tabaqat al-Kabir, by Ibn Sadi, Volume 2. Pakistan Historical Society. p. 380. Asin B0007 Jorwamk. 76 Rahman al-Mubarak Puri, Cipher, 2005, The Sealed Nectar, Dar es Salaam Publications, p. 269, ISBN 9798694145923. 77 Mufti, M. Mukarram Ahmed, 2007, Encyclopedia of Islam, Anmol Publications Pvt Limited, p. 103, ISBN 978-81-261-2339-1. 78 Robertson Smith, William, 2010. Kinship and Marriage in Early Arabia. Forgotten Books. p. 297. ISBN 978-1-4400-8379-2. 79 S. Salibi, Kamal, 2007. Who Was Jesus? Conspiracy in Jerusalem. Tories Park Paperbacks. p. 146. ISBN 978-1-8451. 1314-8. 80 Mubarak Puri, Cipher Rahman al. 2002. When the Moon Split. Dar es Salaam. p. 296. ISBN 978-9960-897-28-8. 81 Site error, the named reference Ma'ar was invoked but never defined, see the help page. 82 Raphael Volatiranus, in his commentaries presented to Julius II, declared that the enthusiasms of these initiates were the first step towards doing away with the faith. Pastor 4 1894:44. 83 La Congira degli Umanisti, Platina e Pomponio Leto. Castel Sant'Angelo, in Italian. Rome, castelsantangelo.com. Archived from the original on 3 December 2013. Retrieved 25 November 2013. 84 carat AB Lamoureux 1843, p. 397. 85 carat Gorm 1856, p. 208. 86 carat Juradin 1974, p. 226. 87 carat Merkin 2014a, p. 257. 88 carat Franklin, J.H. 2017. Jean Bodin. Taylor and Francis. p. 413. ISBN 978-1-351-56179-2. Retrieved 24 January 2023. 89 carat. It would be a great pleasure to make the comparison with what survives to us of ancient paganism in our old books, in order to have better grasped their spirit. Peter N. Miller, History of Religion Becomes Ethnology, Some Evidence from Peiresk's Africa. Journal of the History of Ideas 67.4, 2006, 67596. 2. 90 carat Jack Zips, The Great Fairy Tale Tradition, From Straparola and Basile to the Brothers Grimm, p. 846, ISBN 0-393-97636-X. 91 carat Gaiudis, Christian, 2012. Pagan Rome was rebuilt in a play, Rogro mus missi Ferrari Bravo, and the representation of Rumen. The Pomegranate. 14, 22122232. 10.1558/poem.v14i2.212. ISSN 1743-1735. 92 carat Buscemi, Francesco, 2019. The Sin of Eating Meat, Fascism, Nazism and the Construction of Sacred Vegetarianism. In Gentle Core, David, Smith, Matthew, eds. Proteins, Pathologies and Politics, Dietary Innovation and Disease from the 19th Century. London, Bloomsbury Publishing. p. 144. ISBN 978-1-3500-5686-2. 93 carat Sandro Consolato, the 18th of October 2017. La Grande Guerra degli Esoteristi. Tempi. Site Journal requires. Journal equals, help. 94 carat Adler 2006, pp. 178239. 95 carat Adler 2006, p9. 96 carat AB Adler 2006, pp. 429456. 97 carat Gaiudis, Christian, 2016. Occultism and Traditionalism, Arturo Riini and the Antimodern Reaction in Early 20th Century. Italy. University of Gothenburg. pp. 1920. 98 carat Del Ponte, Renato, 1990. Studi su Evola e la Tradizione, thesis. Independent. 99 carat Staromiska 2005, p. 45. 100 carat Riga Declaration Search Results ESA. 4 July 2023. Retrieved 4 May 2024. 101 carat Program. Gruppo Storico Romano. Retrieved 4 May 2024. 102 carat Gruppo Storico Romano for the 2777th Natal di Roma. Turismo Roma, in Italian. 12 April 2024. Retrieved 4 May 2024. 103 carat natal di Roma all true. Museo True, in Italian. Retrieved 4 May 2024. 104 carat Chrysaides, George D. Historical Dictionary of New Religious Movements, 2011, 2nd ed. 105 carat Hellenismos FAQ. The Cauldron, a Pagan Forum. Retrieved 25 March 2015. 106 carat Pagans. Supreme Council of Ethnic Oi Hellenes. Retrieved 7 September 2007. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 107 carat Alia Anschutz, Storm and Hunt, 1997. Call Us Heathens. Journal of the Pagan Federation. Archived from the original. On 12 July 2013. Retrieved 7 September 2007. 108 carat Religions Paganism, History of Modern Paganism. BBC. 2 October 2002. Retrieved 24 January 2023. 109 carat Pagan Beliefs, Nature, Druids and Witches. BBC Religion and Ethics. Retrieved 25 March 2015. 110 carat Defining Paganism, Paleo, Meso, and Neo archived 3 April 2005 at the Wayback Machine, version 2.5.1, 1979, 2007. C.E. Isaac Bonewitz. 111 carat Jones, Prudence, Pennick, Nigel, 1995. A History of Pagan Europe. p2. Routledge. 112 carat Paganism, Heathenry. BBC Religions. Retrieved 25 March 2015. 113 carat Statistics Iceland Statistics, Population, Religious Organizations archived 9 June 2009 at the Wayback Machine. 114 carat The Odic Rite of Australia. Retrieved 25 March 2015. References, edit. Cameron, Alan G. 2011. The Last Pagans of Rome. New York, Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-0199780914. OCLC 5533659192. Davies, Owen, 2011. Paganism, A Very Short Introduction. New York, Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-0191620010. Elsey, Robert, 2001. A Dictionary of Albanian Religion, Mythology and Folk Culture. London, Hurst and Company. ISBN 1-85065. 570-7. Fisher, Bernd J. Schmidt, Oliver Jens, 2022. A Concise History of Albania. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 9781009254908. Hua, Yefen. Book Review 2, Maria Effinger /Cornelia Legemann /Ulrich Pfistra, eds Gotterbilder und Gottsendiener in der Frühen Neuzeit. Europas Blick auf fremde Religionen. In, ch.13, 2013, NR5, 15 May, 2013, URL, http://www.ch.d E/2013/05/21410.html. Book review in English. Haikoli, Atdi, Krasnichi, Saniha, 2020. The Phenomenon of Calendar Lyrical Poetry and Its Genesis. Journal of Awareness. 5, 2. 7784. Do. 10.26809/Joe.5.007. EISSN 2149-6544. Joseph, Brian D. Dudvukaj, Linden, 2024. Turning Night into Day, Milieu and Semantic Change in Albanian. Proceedings of the Linguistic Society of America. 9, 1. Linguistic Society of America. Do. 10.3075/PLSA.v9i1.5681. Malcolm, Noel, 1998. Kosovo, A Short History. ISBN 978-0-3304-1224-7. Norris, Harry Thirlwall, 1993. Islam in the Balkans, Religion and Society Between Europe and the Arab World. Columbia, S.C. University of South Carolina Press. p. 211. ISBN 9780872499775. OCLC 28067651. Kafleshi, Muharrem, 2011. Opahadi Goranda Shekaj, Opahar and Gora During Centuries. Albanological Institute of Pristina. ISBN 978-9951-596-51-0. Robert, P. and Scott, N. 1995. A History of Pagan Europe. New York, Barnes and Noble Books, ISBN 0-7607-1210-7. Tarifa, Fatos, 2008. Of Time, Honor, and Memory, Oral Law in Albania, PDF. Oral Tradition. 23, 1314. Do. 10.1353/aught.0.0017. Turta, Mark, 2004. Petri Bejani, ed. Mytologija Shqiptare, in Albanian. Tirana, Mesonjetaja. ISBN 99927-938-9-9. York, Michael, 2003. Pagan Theology, Paganism as a World Religion, NYU Press, ISBN 0-8147-9708-3. External links, edit. The Dictionary Definition of Heathen at Wiktionary. Quotations related to paganism at Wikiquote. Categories: Paganism, Christian terminology, Christianity in late antiquity, ancient Roman religion. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF.